Hi and welcome to the next video in Revit for construction management. And today I want to look at rendering and how we might go about rendering a 3D view. So we have created 3D views previously, but just to recap, in order to create the 3D view, we go into our View tab, we drop down, we'll go to Camera, and we'll create a camera view of our building, okay? So in this situation, I'm going to create a camera view of the front of the building. So you can see that there, and there are a number of images or a number of elements subfloor, so we could hide those. So we could click on those and select and hide in the view, or select all instances visible in the view and then hide in the view. Okay, so I've done that already and you can see it here. So this is what I want to render. Now there's two ways of rendering. We can render within our on our own computer with Revit, or else we can do what they say, render in the cloud. And if you have a student version of Autodesk Revit, you will be able to Revit in the cloud. So really what you're doing here is you're sending your image to Autodesk. They're rendering it for you and they're sending it back to you. So I'm going to show you how to render in the cloud today. To render it, we click on render and you can select your own choices there. But to render in the cloud is slightly different. Okay, so we go click on render in the cloud, we go continue. Now it'll probably ask you for your sign-in details here. It hasn't asked me because I've already been signed in. I've been doing a few of these today. And I'm going to go with a medium image exposure. Okay, I think I'm going to go with medium because it's just there's credits required, and I'm not sure if how many credits I have at the moment. But I'll just go in again because if you go to large, it takes 1 credit. So I'm going to try that anyway, and exposure advanced, and it's a still image. So I go render. And then it starts to gather the process, and it's sending the image to Autodesk, and then it'll send it back to me. So it will send it back to me in the render gallery up here. So just leave that for a moment. I'm going to just pause the video and I'll be back once this is finished. Okay, so it seems to have finished, and a little circle tends to turn around up here. You must be logged on to do this, and in order to then to see it, I go into my render gallery. So I click on my render gallery and it brings me into the Autodesk website, and you can see I'm set up here, Rory Hayden. Here's my rendering. Here's a few I did earlier, and now this is the one that I just did now. Now if we look at it there, that's your project file. Okay, now there are a number of things you can do within Autodesk. You can create a turntable, so it gives you more images of it. You can go for a panoramic view. You can change the solar settings on it and the luminance, or else you can just download it. And in this situation, I'm just going to download it, and I'm going to save it as a JPEG. And when I save it in as a JPEG, I can then just look at see all photos. I save it as a JPEG. So when I download it, I download images as JPEG. And I'm just going to save it, and I'm going to open folder. So I can see there, that's where it is. It's in my downloads, DT117. And what I want to do now is go back to my Revit folder, because I want to put it into my Revit folder. So that's the image there. That's the 3D view. Then I have my rendered view, but in order to create the rendered view, I'm going to put it in on a sheet. So I'm going to click in here, click here, and I'm going to go to Insert, Image, and go to my I think I go to my computer, go to downloads, and I'll do this based on DT117 is the one. It's it there, and open, and then I can put it in. Now I can shrink it then once it's in, but then that is my image in my sheet. So if I was putting other stuff within the sheet, that could go in, but this is it, and you can see that there's quite a lot of sunshine and there's shading, and it gives you a good view of what your overall project is going to look like at the end. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for this one. I want you to try that yourselves. It can be a little tricky, but you just make sure that you have your login when you're sending the render image to, or when you're sending the 3D image to Autodesk to render. Okay, thank you.